On today's video, I'm going to tell you every single thing you need to know about Lyons, Colorado. We're gonna hop right into the video where we are going to do a full map tour. We're gonna talk about the pros and cons. We're also gonna talk about which neighborhoods and what type of real estate is available, as well as we're gonna cover things to do. So let's jump right in with our comprehensive map tour of Lyons, Colorado. So let's jump right into the map. I'm gonna share my screen here. We're gonna take a look at where Lyons is located. We're gonna take a look at the different areas, how long it's gonna take you to get places. So I pulled up this map right here. Obviously, Lyons' #1 competitor or big brother is going to be Boulder, Colorado. The thing about Boulder is it has a college. It has a bunch of stuff there. You might not wanna deal with that. Your next best choice to be in the foothills but not have to deal with the college, the traffic, the parking, the things that you have to deal with in Boulder is to take a look on down the road. It's 23 minutes or 17 miles from Lyons to Boulder, right along the foothills right there. So that's a simple, easy drive to get there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like to get to Denver International Airport. We're looking at 55 minutes. It's 1, 2, 3 turns to get to the Denver International Airport. You're looking at about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on what time of day that you leave, depending on traffic conditions, but it's an easy place to get to. And obviously, if you're gonna live in Colorado, people are gonna come visit you because it is beautiful here and your family and friends are gonna wanna come join you. So let's hop on over here and take a look at what it is here. And now here's the thing is that Lyons is actually sits at the foothills, and in order for you to get into the mountains and the closest national park, which you are very close to, you actually have 2 different roads that you can take to get there. You can go to the left of Lyons and you can go ahead and go up through Allen's Park, about a 31-minute drive until you actually get into the Rocky Mountain National Park, or you can go to Estes, which is right about 30 miles and about 40 minutes give or take traffic. So when we're talking about location, you're talking about an hour drive to the Denver International Airport. You're talking about a 20-minute drive to get to Boulder, Colorado, 15 minutes maybe to get to Longmont, Colorado, and then you're also only about 50 minutes away from Fort Collins. So you can tell when you take a look at this map that the location of Lyons, Colorado is very advantageous because you are in the mountains. You are in the foothills of the mountains, but you're not up in the mountains. You're also not at elevation. So you're gonna have a very nice climate in Lyons. You're not gonna be buried in snow for 6 months out of the year. And this is just a great spot. I have to tell you, I might be a little bit biased because Lyons is probably one of my favorite places to go. I take my kids to the park there almost 2 or 3 days a week. But let's go ahead and pull up and take a look at the actual city of Lyons because this is important. So we're gonna zoom in here and we're gonna go over here. We're just gonna take a look at what Lyons is. And Lyons is a small little town located on the Route 66. So you're gonna take 66 from 25, which is the main road to Denver right here. Shoot on up 66, you're gonna go past Meade and Longmont, and then you're gonna find this beautiful town in the foothills called Lyons, Colorado. So if we can zoom in here, you can clearly tell by the footprint of Lyons. It is a small mountain town located right on the foothills, right next to all the adventure, and it's small, all right? The average or the population of Lyons, Colorado is about 2,208 people. That was according to the 2021 census data, which was the most recent data that I can find. I think it's probably grown a little bit since then. But if we take a look at this map, because I'm gonna go ahead and take you through some neighborhoods here, all right? So as you're coming into 66, this is the main road right here. It's one way. You go right up to Estes Park and you go left. That's gonna get you to Allen's Park. On the the right-hand side of this road, you are gonna have Old Main Street. All of these areas behind here are gonna be older style construction. We're gonna hop in and show you that. I actually take you out into the neighborhood so you can see exactly what it's like. And then across Broadway here, these are gonna be your newer neighborhoods and newer construction. You also have a third area, which are going to be acreages or mountain properties, which are going to be located right back behind or slightly in front of Lyons, Colorado. So all these areas, they're gonna be mountainous regions where you are gonna find acreages, newer construction mixed in with the older construction as you get further up Route 36 or Route 7 there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Lyons as it looks from the sky view or satellite view here. And what you're gonna notice, we're gonna talk about this a little bit later in the video, so you're gonna wanna stay tuned, is you notice all this brown parts right here. Those are gonna be rocky valleys. And then you've got the St. Vrain Creek and the St. Vrain River. Two rivers meet to converge St. Vrain Creek, and that flows out. And you notice that on this delta, now it turns green. This is gonna be crucial to you later on in this video when we talk about the 2013 floods, which is something you need to know if you're looking at moving to Lyons, Colorado. Thank you so much for hopping on and checking out these videos. My name is Noah. My cell number is gonna pop up right down here. I get text messages, emails, and phone calls from people just like you looking to relocate to Colorado. So if that's something you're into, use my cell phone number, drop me a comment, and let's connect, because I help tons of people relocate to the beautiful state of Colorado. Now, we covered the in-depth map tour and location of Lyons, Colorado. Now, before we get to the pros and cons, let's just talk about what Lyons, Colorado is. Oh, somebody literally calling me right now. I should have had that on silent, but you guys know that I'm going to give that person a call back. So let's talk about what Lyons is. Now, Lyons was founded in 1880, which means that Lyons is 143 years old. So you have the deep rooted connection to the Colorado Rocky Mountains, to nature, to farming, to agriculture, and you're going to see that throughout the historic town. But the town has not stayed stagnant, as you're going to see, because we're going to take you through some of the neighborhoods, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. There's old Lyons and there's new Lyons, Colorado, which you've got a great mix of the old style construction, homes that are 120, 130 years old. 4 streets over, you've got some newer development. We're looking at homes that were built in the 2000s and right up until today. So you have a great community. Lyons, Colorado also sits about 5,364 feet of elevation. So you are going to have like the perfect amount of weather right here. You're gonna get all 4 seasons, but you're not gonna be buried in snow for 6 months if you were living up in Estes Park or some of the areas in that higher elevation. All right, we are in one of the older neighborhoods in Lyons, Colorado. I'm just gonna flip this around. We're gonna go take a look, because the construction of the homes in this area is gonna be significantly different than where you're gonna find in some of the newer construction. So if we take a look around, you're gonna notice smaller, older style homes. Now, these homes are gonna be all different forms of construction. You're gonna see little tiny homes like this one right here, okay? Look at that thing, nice, small. You notice just a simple gable roof, okay? I turn around and this property right behind me here, look at the difference between the construction. So in these older style neighborhoods, you are gonna have a little bit of a larger lot. You are also going to have older historic homes. Now these homes, some of these homes have been here for 120 years. And a matter of fact, I helped somebody relocate here a couple of months ago. Their home was 120 years old, still on the rock foundation. So these are some of the things that you're gonna see right here in Lyons, Colorado. Let's get a shot of this guy behind me here, because again, you notice the difference. Not a single one of these homes in this area is going to be alike, because they all got established in different time frames. So the construction is going to be a little bit different. The home styling is going to be a little bit different. And then right next door to these properties, you're going to have properties like this, which is an older home But look at that thing. It is 100% maintained right next to an older home, which has a large lot, not really that good of maintenance, but you're gonna find these different types of properties right here in Lyons, Colorado. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop over into one of the newer neighborhoods and take a look at what that looks like so you know absolutely everything there is to know about Lyons, Colorado. We have just transported to another neighborhood right here in Lyons, Colorado, and you can clearly tell by the style of homes in this neighborhood that these homes are going to be newer. Now this subdivision right here in Lyons, Colorado started construction around 2000. So these homes are going to be bigger, they're going to be a little bit more modern, and it still has some of the same mountain charm. Now you notice the wider streets, the sidewalks. Over in the historical district, you're not gonna have some of those amenities that you would usually have in a neighborhood like this. So Lyons, Colorado gives you the old historic neighborhoods and charm with newer neighborhoods, newer construction, so you don't miss out on anything right here in Lyons, Colorado. Lyons, Colorado is known as the double gateway to the Rockies because it sits at the junction of North St. Vrain Highway 36 and 66 and South St. Vrain Highway 7, which both lead to Estes Park and the Rocky Mountain National Park. Now the population is 2,208 people as of 2021, which was the closest and most recent census data that I could particularly find. So now that you know a little bit about what Lyons, Colorado is, let's jump in and let's talk about the pros and cons. Now, of course, I'm always gonna start out with a pro. Why? Because I love living in Colorado. I love the area, but I'm gonna tell you the pros and the cons so you can know more about the area, so you can see if this is gonna be a place that you want to investigate further. So the pros is that it sits at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains and right direct route to the Rocky Mountain National Park and all of the Colorado adventure you can have. We're talking about mountain biking, snowboarding, whitewater rafting, fishing, hiking. Did I say hiking already? Well, so you get to hike, you get to walk, you get out in the forest. There is hundreds, and I'm saying hundreds of trails, OAV trails, four-wheel drive trails. I mean, you're talking about the mecca of outdoor adventure, and Lyons sits at the foothills. So that's a pro of that area. The cons of being in a small little mountain town is there are no large grocery stores or hospitals. So you're looking at about a 12 to 15 minute commute to get to Longmont, Colorado, where you're gonna have the choice of 8 or 9 different grocery stores, of several hospitals and doctors. So really the cons, the pros to me kind of significantly outweigh the cons because it's not that far for you to go to find those things. Now let's jump on to my second pro, which is that it is a small community. It is a small, tight-knit community surrounded by the beautiful Rocky Mountains, nature, and oh my gosh, is it beautiful. Now, if you've ever lived in a small town before, you know that the relationships are cemented together and intertwined because of the size of the community. Yes, everybody knows everybody. You're gonna see people that you know at Oscar Blues. You're gonna see people that you know in the parks. You're gonna see people out walking, taking care of their dogs, mountain biking. And so if you don't want to be connected to people, if you don't want your neighbors knowing you by name, knowing what vehicle you drive, you might want to take a look at a larger area. Now, vice versa, a con in this small mountain town is that there is no nightlife. There is no late night clubs, there's no dance clubs, there's none of that. We're talking small mountain town, and everything usually closes. I think Oscar Blues stays open till about 10 p.m. They do have live music on the weekends and a couple of weeknights, and if you're in town, I highly recommend you stop and check that out. Why? Because the beer and food is delicious. There's outdoor seating. So that is going to be a con, is that there are no nightlife. So if that's something you want in your life, you might want to be taking a look at the bigger brother Boulder, Colorado, because they are going to have a little bit more nightlife. They're going to have more things to do after 10 p.m. Now, like I said before, guys, I don't hold any punches. I just want to tell you exactly line for line what Lyons is and what it isn't. And this con is going to be a big one for some people, but after you live here in the state of Colorado, you will recognize and realize that this is just par for the course, and nature is going to do whatever it is going to do regardless of where we put cities and towns. So one of the cons that you might have to deal with living in Lyons, Colorado is the fact that there is flooding. And in 2013, there was a major flooding event between September 11th and September 13th. The town of Lyons, Colorado suffered some of the worst floods and damages in the history of Lyons. Now let's talk about why that happened. It's because Lyons sits at the base of two canyons. Like we saw in our satellite view, you saw the rocky parts of the town and where it's at, and then the green that pours out from it. Now that's because there are two creeks. There's South St. Vrain Creek and North St. Vrain Creek, and they flow down the canyon and meet in the center of town and form St. Vrain Creek. And when it rains, because of the rocky areas, there's nowhere for that water to go but down into the town, and it connects up, and there was some major flooding events that took place. So if you're really risk adverse, you may want to take a look at Longmont, Berthoud, or Mead, because they're going to be further out in the flat area and there is going to be significantly less chance of flooding. And I want to throw in another thing. Let's put a con in there as well, which is going to be that there is a potential for flooding. There's also potential for wildfires and forest fire. Now, you cannot live in the mountains in Colorado and not have you thinking about fires, although it is part of living here. It is part of being in Colorado. We deal with wildfires and forest fires on the regular because of where we are specifically located. Now, on the flip side of those cons is a really big pro. You can live in Lyons, Colorado. You are only 15 minutes away from the center of Longmont, which means that if there is an emergency situation, there are going to be places for you to evacuate to. There is going to be a large scale medical response teams that are going to go into those areas, and people in those areas get evacuated very quickly because it's super easy to drive 66 on your way out of the mountain, and really it's no problem. But if you are super risk adverse, the thought of fires scares you, the thought of wildlife scares you, bears, elk, deer, anything like that, Lyons may not be the place for you. You might want to start looking out a little bit further from Lyons into the areas of Longmont, Berthoud, Loveland, Mead, Firestone, and Frederick. And if you want help, all you got to do is tap my phone number right here, shoot me a text message or a call. I'd love to give you all the information on those areas. Plus, you can go watch my other videos on my channel. Now, we've gone through, I've given you the comprehensive map tour. We've talked about some really serious pros and cons. Now let's go ahead and hop into the neighborhoods and what type of real estate is actually available in Lyons, Colorado. All right, now we're on the screen. I pulled this up on here. Let's talk about what real estate is actually available, what it looks like, and the costs. So you can see, guys, I pulled this up on my screen right here. The median home sales price is $904,100. Now you can clearly see that if you go back and we take a look at closed sales, let's see here. So there was only 8 closed sales for that month. So some of those numbers can be skewed slightly because there was only 8 properties sold. However, let's see here, there was 15 homes under contract. So this just gives you a representation of what the sales price for the homes were and what the median sales price was, which was around that $900,000 price point. Now you're gonna find some homes that are gonna be slightly less expensive, and obviously you're gonna find mountain properties that are well up in the millions. But let me tell you what, it is worth every single penny to live in this amazing location, Lyons, Colorado. Gosh, let me tell you what. So one of the other things we're going to do right here is I'm actually going to pull this up and we're going to search what homes are available in Lyons, Colorado right now, so we can take a look in depth. So they're priced right here anywhere between $895, which is going to be this property right here. Let's just get some HD photos coming up here real quick. Come on, you, because I want to show you what these homes are all about, because part of the living living in Lyons, Colorado is not only the great outdoors, but where you get to call home. So here's a beautiful house for you. This one, what was this one priced at right here? $895. So this is a beautiful home. Obviously, it doesn't need anything. It's move-in ready, and you're gonna find a lot of homes like this that were built in the early 2000s, but you're also going to find some homes that are a slightly older in the same town. So let's hop in and take a look at those. So let's see what this one looks like. This one's coming in at right at $1 million. Okay, so you're looking at $995 for this one. It's a 5-bed, 4-bathroom, 3,000 square foot home. So obviously you're looking at quite a big footprint right there. Here's another one, 4 beds, 1 bath. So you're gonna find these properties here, which is gonna be interesting because you've got almost 5.5 acres. So this property is less about the home and more about, you know, being outdoors, having that acreage. There's a couple of 2 million properties in here as well. So you're gonna catch a large swath of properties that are gonna be, you know, $625, some of the older homes, all the way up into the multi-million dollars. Why not? If I had millions of dollars, I would pick Lyons, Colorado to build my house rather than multiple other areas in Colorado. You're close to the great outdoors. You have hiking, biking, fishing, any kind of outdoor activity you could possibly imagine. Literally throw a football from Lyons to the mountains. It is worth it. It is beautiful, and I am still gonna keep going there a couple days a week with my kids because we love hanging out in the parks. We love going to the shops, getting some ice cream. It is an absolutely wonderful town. So we covered an in-depth map tour for you. We went through some really serious pros and cons so you know what you're walking into when you're looking at relocating to Lyons, Colorado. We also covered some different neighborhoods where the newer construction is, where the older construction is, and that there's a great mix of both. And also we covered some different acreages and the fact that you can get a little bit further out in the mountains, have an acreage, have a plot of the Rocky Mountains to call your own. Now let's talk about what are the things to do in Lyons, Colorado. And now first and foremost, what isn't there to do in Lyons, Colorado? Let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull up this, which if you are not from Colorado or you are from Colorado, no matter what you're looking at right here, this is all trails. So here is all of the hiking, all of the biking trails, off-roading trails, 4x4 trails. You have it all right here in Lyons, Colorado. Look at this. It's just peppered full of beautiful scenes and beautiful scenery. This will keep going. This scrolling bar will keep going forever here. It's amazing. You get to live in a wonderfully beautiful place, awe-inspiring nature, and then you get to get out and get your hands and feet dirty with the smell of Colorado. Oh, it's so good. Now, one of the other things that they have in Lyons, Colorado is the Planet Bluegrass Festival, which is great live music. This is a festival. I'm gonna drop a link into the description down below so you guys can go check this out. There are plenty of outdoor yoga classes, outdoor little concerts, outdoor events. The community puts on several different events to help bring the community together, to support one another, and of course, to have fun. If you got any good info out of this video or you have any further questions, shoot me a text or a phone call right here. I answer every single one of them on a daily basis from people just like you looking to relocate to the beautiful state of Colorado. I'll catch you guys on the next video.